How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Blade Runner 2019 Volume 2 Off-World. This is the trade paperback. It collects issues 5 through 8. Now, a few of you who have been keeping up with this channel may be wondering, hey Zach, Volume 1, Los Angeles, you had as single issues. Why do you have Volume 2, 5 through 8 as a trade paperback? Well, the answer is I do have the single issues for number 5, number 6, and number 7. Number 8 came out right in the middle of the big pandemic, and in turn, not near as many shipped out as they were supposed to. My local comic book shop said they got about half of what they were expecting, and that since they did place the order, that more should be coming in, but as of last I checked, which was last Wednesday, none ever made it. And I checked a few other places, none of the comic shops that I checked had issue 8. So I had been waiting patiently because they said they should be getting one in, and then I realized I'd waited long enough that the trade for Volume 2 had come out, and I went ahead and picked it up this way. Now, I could have just ordered issue 8 by itself online, but, you know, it probably would have been a little more than cover price, plus shipping, and I do try to support brick and mortar stores. Plus, I really do like trade paperbacks. I probably would buy more of them if it wasn't for the fact that you get so behind when you buy trade paperbacks. Like, by the time this came out, the single issue comics were already on Volume 10, which would be halfway through Volume 3. But I do like, you know, the way you can hold them and they read better. They're a little more durable, and they got bonus features. But I think they, you know, keep them so far behind because they want people to buy their single issues. But everybody does that. It's not just Titan Comics. But I would love it if, you know, as soon as 8 came out, this would come out, but they don't do it that way. But anyway, if I see issue 8, I'll pick it up. But let's take a look at the covers. So the cover for number 5 is the same as the Volume 2 cover. You get Ash walking away from the speeder she just parked, number 81. But the interesting thing is, if we compare it to the Volume 2 cover, you see that Volume 2, they actually lightened up the colors quite a bit. I guess it's supposed to make it more eye-catching, or make it, you know, that like neon lights or something. But it is kind of fun to see a variant color on this cover there, and they also move the credits up there, huh? But yeah, same as issue 5, but lighter colors on the trade. But that's a cool cover. Up next, we get this fun pink color, very bright, very eye-catching. Ash posing in front of the speeder there with her gun out, and it looks kind of anime, you know. But that being said, if anyone is out there listening that knows anybody in the Blade Runner team, I would love to watch a Blade Runner anime. If you guys could do that, I would pick up a Blade Runner anime. But yeah, that would be a cool fit. Anyway, this is number 7. You get her running away with her gun drawn, someone on the ground there. She's got her serious face, but you see it's all upside down because it's in a puddle, and there's her real life foot and coat. But yeah, cool upside down cover. Really do like that one. That's fun. Now, I don't have issue 8, but I can still show you the cover, because one of the things the trades have are bonus features, and that includes a cover gallery. So this is the issue 8 cover. You see her and this big giant, it's a museum or a mansion, gun out, walking up the stairs, trying to be all sneaky. this doesn't happen in the issue, and I'm wondering if this is supposed to be like something that may have happened in her case files in the past or something. I like that cover. I'd love to have the single issue of it. Hopefully my comic book store eventually gets it in, but yeah. Alright, so let's just jump right into the plot. First, credit where credit is due. Blade Runner 2019 Off-World, written by Michael Green, Mike Johnson, the same as the first, and continuing with that, art by Andres Guinaldo, colors by Marco Lesko, and lettering by Jim Campbell. So a lot of the team from the first one is back. And then you get a cool image of Ash overlooking Off-World and the kid running away. And then you get the previously on, which, because it's in space and in front of some planets, I almost feel like it should come in like this, like Star Wars does, huh? But anyway, it explains the plot of Volume 1, because it, it has been a while, or if you hadn't read it. And this is all Volume 1 until you get to this last paragraph, and this is suddenly new. In 2022, replicant production was banned altogether. Remaining Nexus 8 units were permitted to live out their lifespans in service of their owners in the colonies. Now, this is an interesting thing. In 2022, but this comic's called Blade Runner 2019. Well, this first thing, Off-World 2026. So yeah, the comic's still called Blade Runner 2019, but the comic's set in 2026 now because time has passed. There are a few flashbacks to the year 2000 and the year 2020, I believe. But yeah, none of this comic actually takes place in 2019. I mean, I guess you're dealing with events from 2019. It's kind of interesting because usually comic book studios will use any excuse to do an all-new #1. It invites new readers, and collectors just jump out and go crazy for #1s. I do like that they didn't try to reboot the series. They just kept the issue numbers going, But yeah, just logically, it's like, this isn't 2019 anymore. But anyway, you see Off-World, and replicants are in space, doing dangerous jobs that humans don't want to do with these ships above them. They're mining, and like I said about being dangerous, there's a replicant getting blown in half right there. So yeah, not good for these guys. But we follow one of these replicants, generally kind and good-hearted guy, and he's giving this shard of shiny material he found to this child named Rabbit, who goes between these camps and barters with people, trades, in order to make money, so she can get anything and give it to anyone and then trade through the system, and that's how Rabbit makes money. Now, Rabbit passes herself off as a boy, but this is actually Chloe from Volume 1 in disguise. She's living on Off-World with Ash pretending to be her mother. Now, Ash, as you remember, had a very power-consuming back brace that she needed if she wanted to be a Blade Runner, because they were not nice to people with physical disabilities. But she's out here managing the mining corporation, and they don't care. She's in a wheelchair, and she can't really afford it, so she's in a wheelchair now. She's pretending to be a mother and just trying to live their lives, but of course tensions are rising because, this is Off-World, and, the kid doesn't really want to be there, and, wants to go off on her own, but she's not old enough to do that yet, and that's sort of the state that these two are in right now. Now, before anything bad can happen just between them, some pirates come in. See, that's the ship they were on, and the pirate ship comes, and they start killing people, and these are actually replicant revolutionaries. I guess I call them pirates because they're on ships. They're revolutionaries. And they come and they free all the replicants that were being used as forced labor as part of a big revolution. Now, they go and they find the page. There it is. They crash the ship that Ash and Chloe were on, and Chloe is kind of forced into thinking that Ash is dead and runs off with these replicant revolutionaries trying to just get out of there with the people they freed. But as you can probably assume, because she's a main character, Ash does survive, and the attack draws the attention of this lady, Hythe, I'm going to guess is how you pronounce her name, who is another Blade Runner. Now, Hythe comes in, and they do, I really like this, the little eye scanner thing from the movie. Really glad to see that thing back. And they interrogate her, and she pretty quickly figures out, she kind of already knew going in, that Ash is really the escaped Blade Runner, but she's really down to business, and although Ash is still wanted, that's not the job she's here for, and she could prove beneficial in the job that she is here for. So she's like, look, you're wanted, but you're beneficial to me, so I don't really care. She's tasked with hunting down these robot revolutionaries. Ash wants to find her because they have Chloe, so they team up, and let's find that cool page where they're there they are together on the street, and they kind of inadvertently fall into that good cop bad cop thing, because Hythe is it's pretty mean, and Ash is like, whoa, you can't just attack these people if you want answers, you know. So it's cool to see the two Blade Runners together, and the fact that they're like really opposite personalities. So they're trying to get to Chloe, who is with her replicant friend, and they're on the run, and they go to the city Ramanuja. Man, these future names, I have no idea how to pronounce them. So they're on the run, and they're a week behind Chloe being there, so it flashes forward and backwards, so they're in the present, well, future, and then Chloe's 1 week ago, and you flash between their two stories as they're trying to get away, and then they're trying to find them. And it's a pretty cool way to go about it, and then here you finally get the Blade Runner, neon lights, and dark city and stuff. So anyway, yeah, with this volume, it's really good. The one thing that might get some people is this, the opening first 2 chapters or so, where they're in the mining colony. It's good, and it's really, really cool, but it's more alien than Blade Runner. You know, Blade Runner, you get tech-noir, neon lights. This is dystopian future with cool machines. It looks much more like the world from Alien. I know a lot of people like, oh, Ridley Scott, that's the same thing. And it is, like I talked about how the runaway scenes from part 1 didn't feel Blade Runner-y enough. This doesn't feel Blade Runner-y, but it feels closer to what it should be. And I mean, I'm big into Alien, so I don't mind the atmosphere from that series being in here. And to everyone who's like, oh, they're in the same continuity, they're not. I know that the Nostromo was stuck in the background of Blade Runner as an Easter egg, but look at the androids in Blade Runner and compare them to the androids in Alien and compare them to the replicants in Blade Runner. Like, how did that happen if they're in the same continuity? But anyway, so the first half is a little more Alien than Blade Runner. and that's really the only flaw with this volume. Well, other than the fact that the events of issue 1 aren't super relevant till the end of this volume as well. But overall, I had a real blast with this, getting to see Ash team up with another Blade Runner, going through this city, seeing Off-World. It was all really fun, and the biggest compliment I can give it is I had sat down and I thought, oh, I'll flip through like the first issue or so because I have some extra time, and I wound up just reading the whole thing in one sitting, and I really didn't mean to do that. So that's the biggest compliment I can give it. That's how you know it's good. And it does end like the first volume did, in a place where I really want to see more and know what happens next. So issues 9, 10, 11, and 12, I'll have a video for that soon. I can't wait to read them. This series has been really fun, and it's a great way to see more of the Blade Runner universe. I'm just sad that the pandemic pushed all that off until the trade came out. But, oh well, this is a really fun story, and I definitely recommend picking it up. If you've read issue 1, this is still good. Keep going with this series. Anyway, I do about a comic a week on this channel, so if you guys like comics, stick around. Other than that, I do primarily horror movies, so if that sounds like something you're interested in, horror movie reviews coming up. To everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You are really helping out the channel. And I'll go ahead and leave a relevant playlist down at the bottom. That will probably be the comics playlist if you want to see what other comics I've been reviewing. Anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.